between the Pindus Range and the Ionian Sea. The mountainous region of Epirus is in the northwest of Greece. The coast has the kind of warm climate and pine-trimmed coves you'd expect from the Ionian Islands, but inland the landscape becomes vast and winters blanket the peaks in snow. One of many awesome natural sights in Epirus is the Vikos Gorge, a great void in the landscape a kilometer deep and easier to traverse than it looks. In antiquity, Epirus was home to oracles like Dodona and Necromantian, mentioned by Homer in the Iliad and the Odyssey, and still visitable today. Today we share the top 10 best things to do in Epirus so you can plan a trip and experience all the exciting attractions and activities this beautiful city has to offer. Starting with number 10, Vikos Gorge. In the Vikos National Park is the gorge with the greatest depth to width ratio in the world, plunging 1,000 meters at its lowest point. The immense and precipitous rocky barriers of this natural wonder are something to behold, and you can experience it the easy way from above or on a trek along the Voidomatus River at the bottom of the gorge. A newly laid road from the village of Monodendry will take you to the Oxia viewing platform, positioned above the deepest part of the gorge and presenting the full majesty of its cliffs. At number 9 is the Dodona. At a pass on the eastern slopes of Mount Tamaros is the oldest of all the oracles in ancient Greece. Homer mentioned Dodona in both the Iliad and the Odyssey, and at the funeral pyre of Patroclus in the Iliad, Achilles says the priests at Dodona would sleep on the ground and not wash their feet to be united with the earth. They offer advice by interpreting the rustling of an oak tree, which was believed to grow above the gods Zeus and Dion. In the 3rd century BC, when Dodona was the religious and political hub of the Epirot alliance, a wall was built around the oracle. At number 8, Acheron River. If you trace the Acheron back from its mouth at Amudia, the river becomes a big natural playground. The Acheron was one of the 5 rivers of the underworld in Greek mythology. At the springs in the village of Gliki you can go on a water trek, which will involve climbing over rocks and swimming in transparent water. All you need is some kind of waterproof container for your belongings and swim shoes for the riverbed. Rafting and kayaking are also on the menu, and you can also ride horses right through the water. As a mountain spring, the Acheron is very frigid, but when the mercury hits the 40s in July and August you won't mind cold feet. At number 7, Bridge of Arta. No simple bridge, this structure spanning the Araxos River to the west of the city of Arta is woven into Greek folklore. It is the subject of the much-recited acritic folk ballad, The Bridge of Arta. According to the ballad, the bridge would collapse every night until the head builder, on the advice of a bird with a human voice, sacrificed his wife and buried her in the foundations to ensure its completion. As she was being buried alive, the wife cursed the bridge, so that people crossing would fall like leaves, but when she realizes that her brother might also cross, she changes her curse to a blessing. As the tall mountains tremble, so shall the bridge tremble, and as the birds of prey fall, so shall passers fall. At number 6 in our list, Parga Castle. This castle, perched on a promontory in Parga, is at the top of a stairway with tavernas, galleries, and boutiques. This path is much more fun than taking the road to the top. Parga Castle was raised in the 1000s as a lookout and refuge from pirate raids, and was strengthened 200 years later by the Venetians. From that time on, Parga and its castle were at the center of a tug-of-war between the Venetians and Ottomans, and the stronghold was wrecked 3 times to be rebuilt. A reminder of Venetian dominion can be seen on the gate where there's a winged lion of St. Mark. At number 5, Roman Aqueduct of Nikopolis. It's a mystery why this enormous 900-hectare archaeological site on the Gulf of Arta doesn't get more traffic. Nikopolis was founded by Augustus 8 kilometers from modern Preveza to celebrate his victory of Mark Antony and Cleopatra at Actium in the 1st century BC. The settlement blossomed into a powerful urban center in Epirus and has both Roman and Byzantine monuments. Some things to check out are the mammoth walls guarding the city, with big sections going back 2,000 years, an Odeon, a theater with 77 rows of seats, the Roman villa of Antonius, the Nymphaeum, a monument to the victory at Actium, and fragments of an aqueduct. At number 4, Perama Cave. The Cave of Perama, Ioannina, is located just 5 kilometers from the city center of Ioannina in the homonymous suburb of Perama, on the hill Goritsa. His feet are bathed in the Lake Pamvadida of Ioannina, which became famous with the legend of Kyrofrosini and Ali Pasha. The Anna Petrokyla Visitor Promotion and Reception Center includes the projection room, the exhibition area of geological and paleontological findings, as well as a coffee refreshment room for the service of the visitors. At number 3 in our list, Sarakiniko Beach. About 20 minutes west of Parga on a meandering road, Sarakiniko is a joyous sand and pebble beach in a recess from the Ionian coast. If you're in Parga and don't have a car, you can catch a water taxi to the beach on a scenic ride for €11 each way. The coastline West Parga is rocky and unpopulated, and Sarakiniko is the only real tourist development between here and Parga. In July and August, the beach is a forest of parasols for rented sun loungers, although there's a public space where you can lie on your towel by the steps on the north side. At number 2, Island of Ioannina. In Ioannina, you can catch a ferry across Lake Pamvadida to this island, measuring just 800 meters by 500 meters. But even if it's small, the island of Ioannina packs a lot of interesting things onto its shores. There are 7 monasteries here, the oldest of which, Agios Nikolaos of Philanthropinoi, dates back to the 13th century and has sublime 16th century frescoes in its church. Also here is the summer home of Ali Pasha, now a museum where you can enter the very room in which he was killed by the soldiers of the Grand Vizier Hurshid Pasha after a revolt. Check out the number 1 places in our list, Valtos Beach. You can follow up a morning at the castle of Parga with a lazy afternoon on the blue flag shingle beach tucked into the cove on the castle's western flank. With that monument and a small fleet of boats in the cove for scenery, Valtos has all the life and fun of a resort beach. The beach attracts big crowds in summer, and a water sports center on the east end rents out pedal boats and inflatable rafts and organizing banana boat trips. Generally, sun loungers and parasols come with the price of a drink, and this is handy as the shingle surface can be uncomfortable. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite things to do in Epirus? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.